keep your legs and feet straight, it is better, or cross legs, you can also do that. And once you are sitting, and now the second stage comes, that he is going to ask you the question and you are going to reply. From asking question till replying, there are 4 to 5 stages. Otherwise, if you see, if you generally observe, there are no stages, and once I ask you question and you reply, it is being done instantaneously. There is no gap. But for understanding, I have segregated that those from starting from asking the question till replying, I have segregated into 4 to 5 stages. The first stage is he will ask you the question. To listen to his question very carefully with your ear and eyes open. With ear opens, we listen to the voice or the noise. But how? With eyes. With your eyes, how do you listen? I have told you that with your ears and eyes open. So have you ever thought of that? Why I am saying that with your eyes open? Because it happens generally in ISLB that Deputy President, they ask quick question. Their speed of asking question is very quick, and their tone or their voice is low, so their volume is low. So if this happens and augmented with the fan will be there and it will be running and the AC will be there if the weather is of hot weather, etc., etc. So it will be very, very difficult to concentrate and to listen to the voice of the Deputy President. So in that case, what happens that you are listening something and there are some distortions also. So with your eyes, you can observe the movement of his lips. By doing the lips reading, you can understand that what he is trying to say. So that's why I told you, with your ear and eyes open, listen to his question very carefully. This is the first and the foremost thing. If you do not listen to the question, then how can you reply? Your reply will always be wrong. So the first thing is listen to his question very carefully. The second stage is understand the question, what he is trying to ask you. There are generally 2 parts of every question, generally, not all. First part, it tells you the relationship, and in the second part, the actual question is asked. So if you are not physically, mentally, and spiritually present, sitting in front of the interviewer as interviewee and not listening to his voice, well, you will not be able to understand the question. So what will happen? Sawal gandam, jawab chana ho jayega. So that should not happen. So for that, you have to be present and sitting in the chair as interview, and do not think what has happened before the interview and what is going to happen subsequently. Just physically and mentally present, be present spiritually in that moment, in that seat. And once you understand the question, that was the second stage. The third stage is, what is the third stage? Third stage is, you know the question, know the answer, reply. But before that, there is one stage I have made, and that is called giving a pause, natural pause of 2 seconds. If you know the answer 100%, even 200%, do not reply abruptly and instantaneously. Take a natural pause of 2 seconds. And how much are 2 seconds? 1, 2. So this much pause is mandatory. If you have not been doing earlier, give it a try now. most of your answers will be more mature and correct. So please make a habit of that. Do not try and give answer in haste. As it is said, haste makes waste. Jaldi ka kaam shaitan. If the question is related to the calculations or the mathematics, generally you call it as mathematics. I always call it as questions related to the calculation. Simple calculation, plus, minus, divide will be there. Nothing else will be there. So if that sort of question is put by the president, deputy president to you, so take your time, snatch time from the interviewer. How you can snatch? So do the loud thinking. Talk to yourself. That if I ask you, for example, a car is moving with a speed of 120 kilometers per hour, how much distance it is going to cover in 12 minutes? So you should say S is equal to Vt. So V over here is 120 divided by 60 multiplied by 12.